Oh.
Hindi pala, sorry. Okay. Can you still remember the histology of the salivary glands?
Yeah.
How do you call the secretory portion? The acini. And then the acini are grouped into anong tawag sa grouping ng mga acini? Lobules, very good. And then the ducts inside the lobules are called intralobular ducts, and then outside of the lobules, interlobular ducts. Now, we are looking at a lobule of the mammary gland. So, at low power magnification, these are the acini. Yan silang acini, and then these are the ducts which can be specifically called as based on the location of the ducts. Intra, because this is the entire lobule. So, intralobular duct and the secretory acini. Let us go to the details of the lobule. Okay? The acini are lined by two types of epithelial cells. Oh, wait. Okay? So, the inner layer of epithelial cells and then the outer layer of epithelial cells. The outer layer is more specifically called as the myoepithelial cells. Okay, myoepithelial because they possess actin and myosin filaments. Because during lactation, their contraction will help eject the contents or the secretions which are, ano bang secretory product ng mammary gland? Anong secretory product ng mammary gland? Milk. So to help eject the milk, nagko-contract ang myoepithelial cells. And then the other cell layer, which is the one responsible for actively producing milk during pregnancy and lactation, will be the tall columnar cells. Specifically, they are called the luminal cells. The luminal cells. And then, ito naman, okay, those are the acinar portions. Ito namang malalaki ang lumen, they are now the ducts, intralobular ducts. The ducts will still possess two types of epithelial cells. Ayan, mas maganda yan na ano, appearance ng myoepithelial cells. Parang silang spindle shape. These are the luminar cells. Significance nitong finding ng myoepithelial cells is that pag nagkaroon ng breast cancer, itong myoepithelial cells mawawala na. The cancer cells will develop from the luminal cells. So, okay, mammary gland lobule. This is the longitudinal view. Okay, yan another lobule, and then how do you call these structures now? Interlobular ducts. Very good. So that is the longitudinal appearance of an interlobular mammary duct. Anong tawag sa pinakamalaking duct, which is immediately underneath the nipple? The lactiferous duct. Now, the ducts of the mammary gland are lined by cuboidal epithelium. Habang pataas ng pataas ang level, habang papunta sa lactiferous duct, nagkakaroon ng stratification ng cuboidal epithelium. So, kaya dito, titingnan natin several layers of cells na ang nag-compose sa cuboidal epithelium, indicating that this duct is already nearing the lactiferous duct and the nipple. Okay? So the acini of the breast are grouped into lobules containing acini plus the intralobular ducts. That is another intralobular duct. And then the ducts outside of the lobules, interlobular ducts. And then another component of the breast is the fibrous connective tissue or the fibrous stroma. In females na malalaki ang breast, that size will be imparted by this type of connective tissue. Anong type of connective tissue yan naka-point? Adipose connective tissue. Okay, in male breast, present lang sa male breast will be the ducts. The lobules of acini are absent. So, kaya during puberty, some males nagpo-produce ng secretions sa kanilang nipple because we also contain ducts in our mammary glands. Wala lang acini. And then, what will compose also, the bulk of our breast will be the fibrous connective tissue. So, less lang ang number ng adipose tissue sa male breast. During pregnancy and lactation, this is how the histology of the breast will look like. So that is one lobule, another lobule. These are actually the acini which are already actively producing milk. Yung pink material na yan, sa loob ng lumen ng mga acini, yan yung milk. Okay, on high power magnification view, milk and then the acinus. Okay. Ang tawag dyan si structure na yan ngayon. Very good. Interlobular duct. These are the actively milk producing acini. They are still grouped into lobules. So during pregnancy, because of the influence of beta-HCG and the prolactin hormone from the pituitary gland, nag-i-increase ang number ng mga lobules and nag-i-increase din ang number of acini per lobule. So to make sure that there will be adequate volume of milk that will be produced by the mammary glands. So any question? Next week, midterm exam week na natin, no? Okay, good luck. You may now study your slides.